Building an Online Video, Part 2. When it comes to online video, there is simply no question of its power, its relevance, and the results that it produces. In Part 1 of this series, you heard about the two most important elements that go into the production of your video. If you haven't yet seen Part 1, then be sure to go through that first, since we are now going to embark on the video teardown. In today's tutorial, you'll hear about the stages of building a soundtrack for your video. We'll tear it apart into pieces so you can see how the soundtrack was built. One of the most common questions that people ask me is how to select music for a video. While it's true that the answer can be complex, there are some universal concepts that you'll always adopt. 1. Instrumental background music. 2. Royalty-free music. 3. Music with a copyright. 4. Music that is licensed to you. And 5. A license that comes with commercial use. The 6 genres of music for internet marketers. 1. High-impact orchestral. 2. Sports rock. 3. Corporate. 4. Infomercial. 5. World. And 6. Urban. Each music style has a different application and use, so we'll explore which music tracks were used in the construction of Building an Online Video Part 1. Step 1. The voiceover. Including a voiceover track in your online video is usually a good plan. If you are unable to record your own voice, or if you are uncomfortable with the process, you have the option of hiring a voiceover artist or even using some PLR audio material. With a PLR license, you'll be able to slice and dice the audio tracks to fit your own needs. You can eliminate sections and/or move them around the sequence to better fit your message. When recording your own voice, there are 2 quick things to bear in mind. Make sure that the audio track is free of background noise and that it is recorded using audio editing software. Although most video production programs have a voiceover option that allows you to record your audio narration on the fly, your editing tools will be limited. To get the best result, write your script and record it first. Once the voiceover is completed, do any edits that are necessary. In the case of the voiceover used in Building an Online Video Part 1, I recorded my voice using GarageBand. I then eliminated about 30 seconds of dead air, silence, by deleting any unwanted gaps, and also deleted any obvious breath noises. After listening to the final audio to check for timing, any errors were corrected and adjustments were made to perfect it. The final version was inserted into the timeline in my video editing program. For this project, I used Final Cut. Some video development programs allow for multiple audio tracks. If yours does, then you can insert music tracks and sound effects as you produce your video. If your video production software has only one audio track, don't be alarmed. Your entire audio soundtrack can be produced separately in a multi-track audio editor. The first decision to make on your music soundtrack is to select a music intro. You'll need something lively and upbeat, but you'll also need to know how long you would like your visuals to run in your entire video. If you plan to have 1 or 2 slides, then your intro will likely run between 6 and 10 seconds. Pick a short music clip that's approximately the right duration and drop it in by placing it within the timeline. For the opening music to this video, I chose Rhythms Alive, which is available in flexible loops and also in the new Music for Your Video Marketing Miracles collection. I spliced 2 different segments of the song to create the perfect length. This song is upbeat, happy, and has a nice groove. I also wanted a crisp ending to the music. The next video segment that follows the intro screen is a description of what the video content will be. I selected Minor Element, also from Video Marketing Miracles. Creating a transition into this song was easy since the 2 songs were in the same key and at the same tempo. Minor Element enters the video with a fade-in to blend the transition into the new song. The point where the second song ends in the video is much shorter than the running time of the music clip that I had, so I trimmed it and blended the fade with a sound effect, which in this case is Short Swell 2. It's part of the Amped Up Swells collection. A swell is used at this point for a second reason, which is that we are transitioning into a new part of the video, one of information. So I went on the hunt for an infomercial or corporate style song. The difference between infomercial and corporate is that the corporate songs will have slightly more energy and impact. The infomercial genre will sit in the background of your audio narration and almost be transparent. The third song used in this video is called Flute of Joy, and it's in the collection called Corporate Pack Volume 4. It runs for almost 2 minutes, where the song then fades. As a dramatic exit was needed, you'll hear the same swell sound effect once again. Moving into a new segment in the video, you'll need another song. To emphasize transition and motion, I've switched to a song with a different groove. The Day Ahead is a Latin feel, but at the same time it's corporate and infomercial, so it's a good fit behind the voiceover. When there is a voiceover in your soundtrack, always be sure that it is heard over the music. This process is called ducking, since you are ducking the music behind the voice. If the music is too loud, the words will be hard to comprehend. But if there's no music at all, there will be no rhythm to your video. The song continues for about 2 minutes behind the voiceover as we arrive at the midway point in the tutorial. At this point, the video begins to talk about music in the intro of your video production. Shifting gears to something completely different was essential. I picked something orchestral that had some opera vocals, but selected this track specifically for its timpani rolls and crescendos. When placed correctly between the spoken words and the screen changes, it creates some very cool effects. This song is called Arise. There are a few different mixes that have been available in some music collections, but the collection that contains all the mixes is the new Miracles collection. Orchestral music in a sales video adds depth and dimension due to its dynamics. That's the difference between the loud and soft in the music. Since the next segment in this video talks about sound effects, the segment opens with a couple of tension-building clips. They are thick digital swell and player noises, both from the sound effects collection called Orchestral Effects. The next music track used in this video is Pulsation from Video Marketing Miracles, and it is underlaid with an additional sound effect from the Amped Up Swells collection called Synthetic Swell 5. Since the next segment of the video is a review of what's been covered, it has its own mini intro. The music used here is called Composite Evidence, a techno piece from Flexible Loops. It fades into a song called Forest Abound, which was selected for its staccato beat and wild transitions. It's one of the orchestral pieces included with Epic Product Launch. The final song in this video is called Funky Fingers. This one was selected for its abundance of accented beats and swells. They're already built into the music, making it an excellent choice if you have a video with a lot of motion on the screen. Building an online video part 1 wraps up with a music credit at the end, and the music that underscores this credit is from the Accentica Stinger series. To blend this transition, you may have also heard yet another swell. This one is called Short Swell 1 from Amped Up Swells. I hope you found this video tutorial informative, where we did a teardown of the previous video in this series to show you how the audio track was built, how the music was selected and mixed, and how the sound effects were added to give an online video power, dimension, and to make it more enjoyable to watch. Cheers to a sound online business!